Hey, mighty men of God, Dr. Joe Martin here with Real Men Connect, where we help good men become great men God's way by helping them win at what matters the most when it comes to being a godly husband, father, and spiritual leader of your home. Welcome to the Real Men Ride Along. I want to see if I can make this quick. I asked our guys in one of our meetings, our accountability meetings it was a coaching call that we had. We had a group coaching call, and one of the questions I put out to the men was, when do you feel the most safe? When do you feel the most safe as far as to share, when it comes to communicating, being vulnerable? And it blessed my heart when every single man that was on that particular call said that our organization, they said, first of all, let me backtrack that. They said, one, when they're doing their quiet time in the presence of God. Now, I don't know if you're already a subscriber to this channel or to our podcast, the Real Men Connect podcast, but you know, in our organization, we're really big on spending a quiet time with God. That's when we set aside and commit ourselves to a time with God where we get into the scriptures and then we petition God by asking God questions about what we just read. And then we listen to the Holy Spirit, and then whatever the Holy Spirit speaks to us or reveals to us in the Word, we write it down. That's our quiet time, giving the gist of it. But they mentioned that every single man said when they get into their quiet time with God, that's when they feel like they can share, they feel the safest that they can share and be vulnerable and open up. But I was surprised and I was pleasantly pleased when they said, Real Men Connect, the Real Men 300, our brotherhood, our organization, where we have accountability calls during the week. We have group coaching calls. We have man training sessions. And they said during those times, they said they feel the most safe that they can share what's going on in their life, their deepest, darkest secrets, their struggles, their secrets, their scars, and everything else. And it made me feel real good, obviously, running an organization where men feel that they can come and share their deepest and darkest, or even celebrations, concerns, and vulnerabilities. It's just awesome. However, the Holy Spirit turned in my heart as each man was praising this organization, praising our brotherhood. And then it hit me that no man on the call, including myself, mentioned our wives. Now, every man on that call, not every man on the call was married, but every man on that call, I think maybe there might be one man who had never been married on the call, but every man was either currently married or had been married. And the ones who are married all love their wives. We love our wives. However, when we were asked when we feel the most safe to share and open up and be vulnerable, none of us mentioned our wives. Now, that wasn't an indictment against our wives. It doesn't mean our wives are bad people. What it revealed more was about us. Because when you think about it, when God made Adam and Eve, they were both in the Garden of Eden, and they were naked. They were naked, but they didn't even know they were naked. They didn't even know they were naked. It was till they ate the fruit from the tree that they shouldn't have eaten from that they realized they were naked, and then they were ashamed. And so, if we were to get back to God's original plan, we should be the safest to share and open up with our wives. That should be the place where we can be naked and unashamed to be ourselves, to be fully present, 100% authentic, and be able to talk as if we're totally naked and unashamed. And so I challenged the men and used it as a discipleship moment that should be what we should be building for with our spouses in our marriages, to create a Garden of Eden, an environment that we can be naked and unashamed with the one that we have a covenant with. Now, it's easier said than done, obviously, and you can hear a pin drop in the room when I brought it up, but that's the goal. Now, we know it takes two people to do that, but I'm only appealing to the men because we have our part and our role. And one of my best friends always said, sorry about all my navigation, I'm on my way to an appointment, but one of my best friends said that love is saying I'll go first. Love is saying I'll go first. That means we ought to be the first to forgive. We ought to be the first to extend grace and mercy. We are the first to be humble. We all should be the first to serve. We should be the first to be naked and unashamed and vulnerable. Yes, it's going to take some work. Yes, it's going to take a lot of prayer. Yes, it's going to take the power of the Holy Spirit to do it in us when we're afraid, and we need to do it when we're afraid. Now, don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that we should be in a relationship where we're telling our wives everything. No, I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that you need to keep stuff from your wife. But when you're naked and unashamed, it's not about telling everybody everything. It's about being honest about everything when you're asked. To tell the truth and not lie, not deceive, not to tell half-truths, because all a half-truth is a whole lie. So I'm challenging you on this short Real Men Ride Along to start building and fostering your Garden of Eden in your marriage. Trust me, God knows what he was doing, and it works if we work it. All right, so if this video has blessed you, first of all, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, so you can receive these videos coming to you on a regular basis. You'll be notified when it does. But in the meantime, share it with somebody. Share it with someone you know is looking for brotherhood, looking for a safe place to share. You might be the person that they can start with by you sharing this video with them. Or you might even consider joining the Real Men 300. We're here for you. We'd love to help you out as much as we can. All you got to do is go to realmenconnect.com/call, and me and you can talk like this, and then I'll see you, you'll see me, and I can tell you more about our brotherhood and how you can be part of it. But in the meantime, stay strong, stay blessed, stay encouraged, stay connected, because real men do connect. But most importantly, stay in God's grip. And I'll talk to you soon.